Good evening, II31.
Good evening, sir.
Po.
Good evening po.
All right.
Good
So,
evening, sir.
evening, guys. Um, so for today's agenda, since this is a day one session, a presentation of syllabus, okay, in graphic arts. But before we start the presentation of the syllabus, let's have I think, a recap of what happened to your um, OJT. Okay. So since graphic arts is medyo connected siya sa in a workplace setting. Okay. So I think um, it's good to have a background of what happened to your on-the-job training kasi ni-require kayo, di ba, na as much as possible related sa industrial arts yung magiging workplace nyo. Tama ba, Kles?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, what happened here is that may mga napunta ba sa field ng graphic arts during your OJT? Meron ba? Or meron ba sa inyong nagpo-pursue ng graphic arts as, part-time? Meron in your section? You can thumbs up if you are pursuing graphic arts. None? Okay, kasi sa kabilang section merong dalawa na nagpo-part-time sa graphic design. Okay? So I want everyone to participate. Okay? Now, tell me what is the best and the worst part of your on-the-job training. Okay? So yun lang. Dalawang tanong. Share to us first. What's the best part of your OJT? And the worst part or yung hindi nyo gustong part ng OJT nyo. Okay, now, hindi lang naman purely sa on-the-job training. If meron na kayong experience as a part-time, sino ba sa inyo nagpa-part-time? Meron ba, class? May part-time job? Work experience aside from OJT? Okay, so si Trisha and si Carla ay nag-OJT, may part-time job. Okay? Now you can share it, your experience there, your best and worst experience in your current or previous job aside from OJT. Now, if wala naman, pwede nyo i-share, of course, yung experience nyo during your on-the-job training. Okay? Don't worry, class. It's still related dun sa first meeting agenda na naka-indicate dun sa syllabus. Yung about sa previous job experience nyo on your OJT if wala kayong part-time job. Okay? So, meron bang magbo-volunteer to share? Wag na kayo, class, mag-unahan. Kasi lahat kayo magsasalita. Okay? Now, if you want to go first, just comment the word dibs in our chat box. So that's DIBS, dibs, if you want to go first. Now, if none, then I'll randomly call someone, okay, to answer the question, what is the best and the worst part of your experience during your on-the-job training or your part-time job? So, walang gustong mag-volunteer. So, let's hear it from Nicole and Ruiz. Okay? Go on.
Good evening, sir. Siguro yung Nag-OJT po kasi kami sa printing press. And yung lock, ano muna po, ano tawag doon, yung, wait lang sir, na mental block ako. Yung ano muna po, yung parang weaknesses po nung ano po namin, yung workplace po namin is yung unorganized po yung mga files and sobra pong messy yung room. So, para pong naapektuhan po yung yung ginagawa namin and hindi po siya parang work friendly or yung ergonomic po. Kasi ano, yung mga chairs po, yung mga ano po, yung mga table po, masikip po siya. And yung maganda naman po kasi ano, mga friendly po yung mga personnel po doon and sobrang approachable po. So, hindi rin po kami natatakot mag-ask kung ano po yung kailangan namin pong gawin. Yun lang po.
All right. So the environment is, not so conducive for working. But the people there are very friendly. Okay, thank you for sharing. Sa UPP, University Printing Press. Okay. So under OBPAA, dati mga ka-sector din sila. And now, still, no one wants to volunteer. Then, Nicole, do the honor of calling the next one since no one's volunteering. All right, si Belza.
Hello po, sir. Good evening po. Yung the best part po na na-experience ko during our OJT is yung na-experience po namin na mag-organize ng files, as in madami pong files. So, bali ni isa-isa po talaga namin. And then, yung isa pa po is makasalamuha po namin yung mga estudyante na binabantayan namin kapag may exam sila. Which is, may benefit po sa amin as a teachers in the future po. Tapos, yung na-realize ko po na wala naman po talagang masama magtanong, lalo na ng instruction sa supervisor para maging successful yung bawat task. Then yung worst part naman po ay yung napaka-nonchalant po ng nag-handle sa amin. Parang pataymin po sobrang limited po talaga ng instruction nila na binibigay. Kaya minsan po sobrang confused po kami tapos nagkakahiyaan pa pong magtanong. Pero pag naitanong naman na po namin, ay madali lang pala. Ayan po, sir.
Okay. Anong office ba yan?
Sa
Belza.
Saya Lab po.
Sa SEA. Okay. So I
Opo.
see. Okay. Wala pa rin gustong mag-volunteer. So, yan. Si Carla. Yung mga gusto mag-volunteer, mag-comment kayo ng dibs para meron tayong chronological order. Okay? So, sino yung unang nagtaas? Si Frail?
Ako po.
Go, Frail.
Hello po. Ano na ba kayo? Good evening po. Sorry. Siguro po para sa akin, ang best at saka worst part po ng working environment is yung mga tao po. Best part po siya kasi yung mga tao po yung mga acquaintance po natin na magandang makisalamuha, sila po minsan yung nagbibigay ng inspiration sa atin para magpatuloy, para pumasok, para kahit tawag dito, kahit feel mo naiirita ka na parang ayaw mo na lang pumasok, sila yung nagbibigay sa'yo ng inspiration kasi, ay makakasama ko na naman sila. Parang minus po siya sa stress. Pero nagiging rin po siya, worst part kapag sa ibang pamamaraan like yung iba iba pong mga katrabaho, parang pangit po yung nila, attitude, yung parang tawag dito, yung parang may bully po na nagaganap, gano'n. Kasi po yung nag-start po ako sa pagtatrabaho ay sa McDo po. Nung nag-umpisa lang po talaga ako, parang marami pong nang bubuli po sa mga baguhan. Tapos sa ano naman po sa mga dito customer po, ayun, stress rin po sa customer kaya worst part rin po sila. Yun lang po.
Okay. Okay, thank you for sharing. Frail. Next, sino yung nagtaas? Si Trisha Supan. Supan, go.
Hello sir, good evening po. Bali, i-share ko sir yung sa part-time job ko po, yung same po kay Carla, yung sa service crew sa McDo po. So, bali, ang worst dun sir, yung sa under pressure po, yung fast food po, kailangan mabilis tapos yung mga customer po nagmamadali, ganun, tapos kailangan quality din po yung binibigay na product. Ang nakaka-worst dun sir kasi yung mga customer, minsan hindi ko na siya nasusungitan ko na po. Parang hindi po dapat ganun since customer service nga po. Yung attitude ko nagiging, hindi ko na nakokontrol yung anger issue ko po sa kanila. So, na-adapt ko po yun simula nung nag-work po ako. So, yung best naman po is na nagiging strong po ako or nagiging, since nga po pressure, nagiging mas natututo po ako sa kung ano yung environment sa isang workplace, kung ano po talaga yung reality po na sa isang work po.
I see.
Yun lang po. Thank you.
So, yeah, that's the term, reality. Kasi pag nasa workplace ka na, that's really the reality. Okay? No more spoon feeding. I remember nung first semester, first few months ko sa PUP, tatlo kami na sabay-sabay na hire. Then, wala kaming idea. Nagliliingunan lang. Anong gagawin natin? Wala man lang orientation, wala man lang. Yun. Ganun talaga. So, binigyan lang kami subject. O, ito yung mga subject nyo. Go. Yun na. Instructor ka na. Instructor na kayo. So, yun. Bahala na kayo. Go figure it out yourself. So, no more spoon feeding. So, yun nga. Real world. Then, yung may mga na-hire after 1 year na namin doon. May mga bagong hire din. Then, sila din. Na-experience nila yung mga na-experience namin. Yun, sinabi na lang namin, welcome to PUP. So, yeah, that's the real world. That's the term there. Okay, and nagtaas si Andre after Trisha. Go, Andre.
Good evening po, sir. Audible po ba ako?
Mahina, pero naririnig naman.
Ngayon po, sir. Malakas naman.
Okay, sige, pwede na.
Ito po sir, okay na
Good,
po.
perfect. Perfect na siya.
Sige po. Unahin ko po yung best part po. Since education po kami, teachers po, ang pinaka-best part po na naranasan and na-encounter ko po this OJT po is yung environment nga po. Environment, experiences, and andun din po yung part na enjoyment. Kasi since nung bata pa po ako, na-experience ko na po yung yung environment po na kasama yung mga teachers, may mga masusungit, may mga mababait. Pero dito po sa OJT, parang yung pinaka-best experience ko po dito is parang welcoming po yung environment. Welcoming po yung bawat prof, teacher, bawat instructor, lalong-lalo na rin po yung supervisor namin. Parang sa environment po namin, di po kami pinabayaan. Hindi po, parang lagi rin pong ready sa question namin kahit paulit-ulit. Lagi lang din pong mahaba po yung parang pasensya, mahaba po yung patience po nila sa pagtuturo po sa amin sa bawat duty or bawat araw po na nandun po kami sa faculty po na yan. And sa experience naman po, bukod sa naging code po kami bukod po sa mga bagong experience na naranasan po namin doon. Ano po ba? Parang unti-unti ko na pong na-adapt yung na-adapt yung teacher vibes po. Kumbaga, kung ano po yung dapat gawin ng teacher, and nakakatuwa lang din po nakarinig kami ng tips and tricks sa iba't ibang prof po, sa iba't ibang hindi lang po sa teacher actually, sa mga ano na rin po sa ang tawag dun, yung mga ano po staff po ng faculty na yun. Parang ayun nga po, bukod sa na-enjoy po namin yung work, masaya din po sila kasama. Okay lang po ba na yung worst part is yung parang nabitin? Kasi kung kailan na-enjoy ko na po, kung kailan nagagamay ko na gusto ko na po ituloy, is parang nabigla, di ko na lang po namalayan na malapit na po namin matapos yung hours na kailangan po namin matapos. So ayun po, bukod sa bitin, ang pinaka-worst part din po is yung parang, ah, ayun nga po, parang once in a lifetime lang po yun. So ayun lang po.
Hindi, parang suddenly nasepunks ka, no, Dre?
Opo, sir.
Ayan. So, kung malapit ka lang naman, so probably kung dyan ka lang sa area, taga Teresa ka lang talaga, pwede ka namang mag-inquire ka kung pwede ka maging SA naman, student assistant. Though hindi naman malaki yung sahod nun. Pero more of allowance lang actually. And yun, possible, magtuloy-tuloy ka if you really want that particular experience sa office. Okay. Now, after Andre, no one's volunteering, so call the next one, Andre.
Si ano po, sir? Si Mr. Balag po.
Okay. Go, Orly.
Hello po sir, narinig po ako.
Yes.
Ano po, yung best po nangyari sa akin is unang-una and parang pinakamahalaga po sa akin is may mga bagong relationship po ako na nabuo, and then naging bonus na rin po yung mga panibagong skills na natutunan ko na maaari ko pong ma-apply in the future. Tapos mahalaga din po yung na-feel ko kung ano talaga yung nasa trabaho, kung ano yung pressure na maaaring mabigay sa'yo, and syempre yung paano din po makisama sa mga kasama sa workplace. Ayun. And best din po dun is sa akin po, na-feel ko po na welcome po ako, and parang hands-on din po sila sa amin, and best din po yung yung lagi ka pong nanlilibre sir. And yung worst lang po sa akin is, ay, tsaka dagdag ko rin po yung relationship. Ayun, so sabi ni Anday nabitin daw po siya. And sa akin, kahit natapos yung OJT, para sa akin hindi po dun nag-end yung pagkakaibigan dun sa na nabuo dun sa workplace. Kahit na hindi ka na nag-OJT, parang kaibigan mo na sila. So hindi po nag-end yung friendship kahit nasa labas po ng workplace. And yung worst naman po is wala sir, lang, biyahe lang po. Yun lang po.
Okay. Very good to hear that. Kasi kung tatanungin din ako during my OJT, kung ano yung worst part ng OJT ko, parang mahirapan din ako mag-isip eh. Kasi the whole time talaga na nag-OJT ako. Sa registrar's office naman ako nag-OJT nun. Parang palaging masaya. Ewan ko. Parang ang saya-saya lang ng OJT. Kaya mahirapan din akong sagutin kung ano yung worst part during my on-the-job training. Okay. Next, Arlie, call the next one.
Si Julius po.
Okay, Julius.
Hello, sir. Good evening po. Sa akin, sir, yung sir, best part po sa akin, yung sa akin, mga learning experiences po, sa environment na rin po. Sobrang approachable po nila, yung mga faculty po. Kaya napakasarap po pumasok, babait po nila. Kahit busy sila, pag magtatanong ka po, gugulang ka po ng oras para turuan ka. Kaya, ayun po, napakasarap pumasok. At sir, hindi rin po nawawala yung kapihan nyo tuwing umaga, kaya sarap po talaga pumasok. At yung po sir, worst po, yung hindi ko po natapos yung yung OJT ko po dahil po sa accident yung nangyari. Yun po.
Ay, All right. So unfortunately, yeah, that happens. Yeah, I also observed there. Actually, hindi lang naman dun sa sa facility management office. Most of the offices there in PUP, yung mga tao doon, even sa highest office, the office of the president, mga down to earth talaga yung mga tao doon. Okay? So kahit na, ang tataas ng mga position nila, even Sir JP, napaka down to earth talaga nila. And yan, karamihan sa PUP ganun eh. So probably, yun, that's one good thing about it. Next, Julius, call the next one.
Si quiz po, Sarmiento.
Okay, go. Chris, Calvin.
Hello po sir, good evening po. Yung yung first po, yung sa best po is yung learning experience niya din po, which is madami kang matututunang bagay dun sa pinag-OJT namin. Lalo na dun sa amin sa SEA. Like, kami po yung nauuna sa nagfa-facilitate sa amin. So, yung parang vibe na ikaw na magbubukas ng office tuwing morning. Like, ikaw magbubukas ng mga kuryente, then aayusin mo yung loob bago pumasok yung mga chairperson, tsaka yung mga facilitator namin. Tapos, mababait din po yung tao, yung environment po. Din yung mga kasama ko din po. Tapos, ang worst naman is, yun nga, yung biyahe din, yung papunta din doon. Tapos, para lang sa akin yung worst is, um, yung parang sa umpisa lang, pag kukuha ka ng OJT. Like, parang pag naghanap ka ng OJT, and then parang ang daming masyadong requirements na kailangan. Tapos, kung i-compare mo siya sa sa totoong job, kasi may job na rin ako full-time, parang sobrang hirap niya. Well, of course naman, na parang iti-training nga kami maghanap ng job sa totoong buhay. Pero kung i-compare mo siya dun sa totoong job, parang sobrang ang dami niyang requirements na kailangan, sobrang hirap, pero okay naman. Pero yun lang po.
Yes, totoo yan. Actually, itas i-align pa kayo sa 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 major nyo, no, na industrial arts. Yung mga food service management ko nga na OJT, di ba? Sa Lagoon sila nag-OJT. Yung mga stall doon kasi related sa food service yun eh. Shock yung mga may-ari ng stall eh. Ba't dito kayo mag-OJT? So yun. Yung lahat na yung na yun, lahat ng stall doon, yung mga kabatch nyo yun. Kasi FSM 3-1 na rin sila ngayon. Kaya doon sila nag-OJT, nilibot nila yun. Yun nga, challenging. Kasi na distribute ko na sila sa mga different offices, then suddenly withdraw, hindi pala pwede. Dapat align sa major mo. Okay. Calvin, call the next one. Okay, volunteer
John
volunteer
Marco po.
si Kenrick. So si Kenrick muna. Go, Kenrick.
So, yan po, sir. Naririnig po ako.
Yes.
So, yan sa akin po, same po kami ng office ni Nicole sa UPP rin. So, yung best part po sa akin is yung, yung mga hands-on experiences po na naranasan namin doon. Kasi, like, yung pag-ooperate po ng machine, napakahalaga po sa amin noon as a trainee na maka-experience ng ganon. So, dun sa pag-ooperate ng mga machine po dun sa UPP is best part po siya for me. And isa pa po is yung band with my co-trainees. Napaka-solid po, ganun po. And yung worst part naman po, siguro yung same kay Nicole, yung environment po, yung workplace lang po. Pero yung mga tao is, naman po, approachable and mababait. Yung workplace lang po talaga, since hindi po siya ganun ka-komportableng mag-conduct ng work. Like, summertime po kasi nun, so masyadong mainit. doon
Mm.
sa parang office na pinag-i-stayan po namin. So, yun po yung sa tingin kong worst part.
Yeah. Hazard yun. Okay? Physical hazard. Extreme temperature. And, di ba yun yung ano, malapit sa Lagoon, yung UPP?
Yes po, sir.
Okay. Yun, so nakabisita din ako doon. Kenrick, call the next one.
Si Kalitang po, sir.
Go. Si,
Hello po, sir. Good evening. I'm audible po, sir.
yes, Dale. Audible.
Same background lang po sa OJT po namin. Since pare-pareho po kami ni Kenrick, ni Nicole po ng OJT-han po sa printing press po. So, bali 5 po kami doon. Siguro yung best part lang po ng pag-OJT namin doon po, sir, is yun po, sir, yung mention ni Kenneth yung band namin as yung magkakasama kaming 5 sa UPP and tulong-tulungan po kami. And also yung mga tao po na yung mga supervisor po namin and other personal staffs po na tumutulong sa amin sa OJT. Pati na rin po, sir, siguro yung best experiences, matay namin yung ibang mga machineries po doon. Example po doon yung printer po, yung binding machine siya, yung mga cutters po, sir. And madami po kami natutunan as well po. Aside lang sa tupi ng mga papel or pag-stapler, madami pong mga experiences na makakatulong din po sa amin sa future educator din po. Yung worst lang siguro po, sir, yun po, yung mainit po yung room na pinagstayan po namin kasi nasa baba po, sir, and wala pong aircon. So sa room 2 po, sir, mainit. And pati na rin po sa storage room po, sir. Kasi yung storage room na po yun, sir, wala pong electric fan and madilim and medyo sobrang init po talaga, sir. First day na OJT po namin, pinaglinis po kaming 3 doon. Nagbilang po kami ng mga materials. So, yun po yung worst aside sa traffic ng ano po, sir. EDSA. Charis. Yun lang po, sir.
Yeah, that's right. Grabe rin yung traffic ngayon eh. Anong Friday nga eh, pumunta akong PUP, di ba? May general meeting kami mga faculty. 5:30 a.m. ako umalis dito. 9:30 a.m. na ako nakarating. Solid 4 hours. Nag-taxi pa ako nun from Philcoa to PUP. Inabot pa rin ng 4 hours. So yun, probably yun yung may sasagot ko na worst part of my current job. The commute, the proximity. Okay, Dale, call the next one.
Si Andrea po, sir.
Go, Andrea. Where are you, Andrea? Andrea is not here. So call another one.
Si ano na lang po, sir. Si James po.
Okay. Go, James.
Ayun, sir. Since nasabi na nila lahat dito sa UPP,
UPP ka
kasama
din?
ko sila, sila Glenn and sila Nicole. Ang di-discuss ko na lang po is yung freelance work ko po, which is photographer and videographer po ako. So po, yung positive sides po ng freelance work ko is ayun, na-enhance yung creativity ko, which is kailangan naman po yun siguro sa lahat ng job, yung creativity. So ayun yung maganda dun sa pagiging freelance na creative is yung na-enhance yung creativity mo as well as yung passion mo. Syempre maganda yung kasi itong work ko is hobby ko lang to. Syempre maganda yung hobby mo, matuturn mo siya sa career. And ayun, siguro yung the best fulfillment para sa akin. And also yung skills, syempre, na-develop rin yung skills mo. Skills development po for my future work if papala rin. Ayun po. And also yung negative sides po nito is yung pagiging mahiyain ko po is pakikipag-usap po sa clients, syempre. Ayun. Nahihirapan po ako humindi or Ayun, oo lang po ako na oo kahit mababaw yung bigay. Pero ayun, nilalabanan ko naman po up until now. And also kasama yun sa competitive pricing. Medyo kasi saturated na tong trabaho na to sa bansa natin. Kaya kailangan mo maging competitive in terms of pricing. And also yung sa mga revisions po. Ayun, dun po ako naiinis pag napasa mo na po. Ayun, marami silang ipapa-revise which is nalilimit yung creativity mo sa work na to. And ayun lang po, sir.
Okay. So, thank you for sharing that. That's good to know, na saturated na pala yung mga videographers sa Philippines. Kasi yung parang madami na. Okay. I didn't know that. Kasi parang nakokontian pa nga ako sa mga videographer. Pero coming from you as in that field, so it's good to know. Call the next one, James.
Si ano na lang po.
Sino pa bang hindi tapos? Si Menes.
Ayun po, si Sir Jimenez na lang po.
Okay. Then after Jimenez, si Romel. Di ka pa tapos, Romel, no? Okay, go, Jimenez.
Hello po. Good evening po, sir. About OJT, na-assign po ako sa CADBET or Architecture Department. Then, ang pinaka-memorable or most na nagustuhan ko dun sa OJT is yung mga, yung faculty nga po. Isa na po yung, parang tinanggap na po nila kami as a part of faculty dahil kung ano po yung meron sila, nabibigyan din po kami. And then, kung yung pag-approach po nila na pag may gagawin kami is tuturuan muna po kami bago kami iwanan. Tapos, ang siguro po, wala akong masabi sa worst. Ang ano ko na lang po is yung budget po ng PUP dahil minsan po may mga hindi po kami natatapos na gawain dahil kulang nga po sa mga materials tulad ng mga ink or printer na hindi nagana minsan. So, kailangan pa pong magdala ng mga nagtatrabaho doon yung sarili nilang printer para po matapos lang po yung mga ipapagawa sa amin. Yun lang po.
I see, I see. Okay. Thanks, John. Next, si Romel.
Hello po sir, rinig po ako.
Yes.
Okay po. So, napunta po ako or nag-OJT po ako sa iTech po, sa engineering department. And I think po ang pinaka-best po doon is yung experience po and yung makasalamuha po yung mga tao po na nandun. Most especially po si chairperson, si Ma'am Freshen po. And napakabait niya po and kahit hindi ko naman po field or pasok po sa engineering, tinuturo niya po sa akin pati po sa mga SA niya. And pagdating po sa food, nagpo-provide po siya sa amin kapag tingin niya po wala po kaming dala or mabili, ganun. And isa na din po sa tingin kong pinaka-best po doon na nangyari sa OJT ko is yung ginamit po nila yung design ko for their publication materials po. And pinost po nila yun sa page po ng iTech. Sa worst naman po, I think ang pinaka-worst po doon is yung ako lang po yung nag-iisang taga-co-ed nag-apply po sa iTech. And also po is kapag kapag may mali po or may nagkasalungat po na schedule. Kasi po ang work ko po sa iTech is ako po yung nag-i-sched ng mga courses po kada kada professor. So, kapag may nagsalungat po na schedule, ang mangyayari po nun is uulit po ako sa simula ulit para po baguhin, para po maipasok po lahat ng mga schedule po nila. And also po kapag nawalan po ng internet, kasi internet-based po yung gamit ko pong pang schedule. Ayun lang po.
Okay, thank you, Romel. And last two na lang pala tayo. Si Andrea na lang, tsaka si Laika. So, Laika, go ahead.
Good evening po, sir. So, ano po, nag-OJT po ako sa CE Lab, same with Trisha. And I think the best part po is I have a best and dependable co-trainees po. Since kapag binibigyan po kami ng trabaho, madali po namin natatapos agad yon. And like, kung nakikita po namin hirapan yung isang member sa amin, parang ano lang po, or kaya parang may tanong po sila na kailangan i-raise sa aming supervisor, ano po, parang nagkakayaan ganun. Pero since ako po yung parang inassign as a leader, they always give me courage to parang always ask question po sa supervisor namin. And I think po yung worst part, yung ano po, yung sabi nga ni Trisha kanina, yung kulang po talaga sa pagbibigay ng instructions, lalo na po kapag magbabantay kami sa examinees. Since kapag may tanong po yung students sa amin, kasi kami po yung nagbabantay, wala rin po kaming mabigay na sagot. So, hindi po pwedeng magbibigay kami sagot na unsure. Kasi baka po mali, then sila po yung parang mag-suffer ng consequences. So with that po, the next time around, we already know what we should do. Like, kapag alam namin na papabantayin po kami ulit sa mga mag-exam, magtatanong na po kami ng mga do's and don'ts during the habang ano po, in-orient po kami. Yun lang po, sir.
I see, I see. Okay, thank you. And Andrea, Sophia, Hadlong, are you with us now?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead.
Hello. Good evening po. Unahin ko na lang po, ay nag-OJT
Choppy, Andrea. Medyo choppy ka.
po.
Hello? I can't hear you.
Yan po, okay na po.
Yeah, perfect.
Hello. Hello po. Malinaw na po.
Oo.
Yan. So, yung worst po is yung times na need ko pong gumawa ng isang task or makipag-work sa ibang tao na hindi ko po gaanong ka-vibes.
Okay. Naputol ka ulit.
And worst din po is go lang sa iyo. Ayan, okay na po.
Yan, sige.
So,
Okay.
yung another worst po is yung kapag takot ka pong gumawa ng isang bagay or task, lalo na kapag bago lang po sa'yo, mas lalo ka pong mahihirapang mag-adapt. Ganun po. Yung best experience naman is yung nagkaroon po ako ng new friends and yung experience and yung smart ways to live, yung the phrase that made me realize how working as one with my teammates, sila Auntie po, sila Descaya, Belsa, and Repunte, that makes things easier. Like we shared one goal and get the things done with no problems po. So gaya po ng sinabi ni Auntie Laika, kapag may nahihirapan po kami sa isang task, so hindi po kami nahihiyang humingi ng tulong sa isa pa para mas madali po kaming matapos. So we work as one po. Ganun.
So good to know that, Andrea. All right. So thank you for sharing. Sino pala class ano nyo? Facilitator nyo during your OJT? Sino yung instructor nyo doon?
Si Ma'am Kumuyo po, sir.
Oh, I see. Our dean. Kaya pala very strict siya sa pagpili ng ma-OJT-han nyo. Okay, eto na. Here's the syllabus. So, pinaste ko naman sa inyo to. And ipipin ko lang yung sarili ko para makapag-screenshot ako dito sa Kasi requirements during the first day na i-discuss itong syllabus sa inyo. So there. Ayan. Okay, nakapag-selfie na ako. Okay na, class? I'm just kidding. Here is the graphic arts. It's a 3 units course or subject. So don't be confused, class. The word subject and course is synonymous in the context of education. Okay? So pag sinabing, anong course natin dito? Graphic arts. Anong subject natin dito? Graphic arts. Okay? So interchangeable yung subject and course. So, pero mas appropriate, mas correct is we should not refer it as subject but course. Okay? Kasi yung mga course na to, ito yung nasa loob ng ating curriculum. And curriculum is like a racetrack. Okay, that's the literal meaning of curriculum. Di ba may curriculum development naman kayo? Comes from the word carrere ba yan? Carrere, which means racetrack. And yung mga course na nandun is yung mga obstacles na kailangan yung ma-overcome. So yung mga subject doon, yung mga courses, yun yung mga obstacles doon sa racetrack, which is the curriculum, para makarating ka sa finish line. Yung finish line is matapos nyo yung curriculum or matapos nyo yung racetrack, then graduate na kayo. Okay, so course description. This is designed to equip pre-service teachers, kayo yun, with creative tools for effective, engaging teaching practices. Okay, a dynamic medium to enhance communication, foster student participation, and create visually rich learning environment. Okay, so it will give the pre-service teachers a foundation for graphic design by introducing them to the various aspects in the field of graphic design. And the institutional learning outcomes, this one is default to all the subjects. Though naka-contextualize din siya, itong course objectives is naka-contextualize sa course nyo, which is the graphic arts. Creative and critical thinking. So number 1. That's why, class, we encourage you, the approach for each courses that you are handling is for you to develop critical thinking. Okay? Para hindi kayo ma-shock. During your stay in the college, hindi kayo ni-spoon feed. Para pag nasa workplace na kayo, hindi kayo ma-shock na yun, you figure it out yourself. Okay? Kasi pag you don't develop your critical thinking during your 4 years of stay here, mako-culture shock ka pagdating mo sa workplace. Kasi nga, you need to really think, okay, to figure it out yourself. And of course, just like what you mentioned, to do not be afraid to ask questions to your colleagues and supervisors and superiors. Effective communication. Okay, in less than a year, would you believe that magpa-practice teaching na kayo? So in less than a year, na overcome nyo na ba, class, yung stage fright nyo to face your students and teaching them? Kasi di ba, pag practice teaching, there are instances, ako personally, there are a lot of instances na ako mismo yung pinag-handle ng buong klase, di ba? Sobrang gulo nun. So, I experienced during my time na sa isang section, nakita ko yung class record eh. 50 female and 50 males in one classroom. Sabi ko, wow, challenging to ah. And nagdi-discuss ka sa harap, then yung sa likod may nagpa-fashion show, yung di mo talaga ma-handle. Then suddenly, ikaw yung pinag-handle. So yun, we should practice that. So what I'm saying is that if given a chance to speak up, to facilitate, always volunteer. Okay, so as much as possible, you talk during class para ma-overcome nyo yung stage fright nyo. Kasi in less than a year nga, magpa-practice teaching na kayo. Yun, strong service orientation, genuine and proactive focus by providing excellent service to others. So yun, you're focusing on your pre-service training. And very soon, you will become a full-fledged teacher. Okay, once you finish your practice teaching and take the LET. Passion for lifelong learning. Okay, it doesn't stop. Napapansin nyo ba class yung mga subject na nasa curriculum nyo? Diba? It seems like out of this world. Yung mga subject kayo na first time nyo lang ma-encounter and very hater. Mas lalo na kasi yung, yung ICT major. Sabi nila, hindi nga namin sir alam kung ICT major ba kami or call center major. Kasi yung mga subject namin, call center basics. Imagine that. May subject lang call center basic. Customer support and post-support documentation. So those subjects. Meron pa silang foreign language. Kayo ba class, may foreign language kayo na course? This sem? Yes or no? None?
Wala po.
Okay. So yan, di ba? Out of nowhere, suddenly, meron kang ganong courses. Kasi class, if you come to think of it, your course is Bachelor in Secondary Education major in TLE. That's all there is to it. Lahat ng nasa department natin, yun yung course. Ginawa lang FSM, BTLAD FSM, BTLAD ICT, BTLAD IA, pero yung ano niyan, yung root ng course natin is Bachelor in Secondary Education major in TLE. So let's say, di ba, industrial arts yung course mo. Then during your OG or practice teaching, suddenly, puno na yung industrial arts. Then open na lang is yung electronics or electricity. Okay? So may training din naman kayo doon, di ba? Or open lang, available is yung about related sa ICT or computer. So of course, hindi ka pwedeng makapamili. You don't have the luxury to choose your desired field. Kasi TLE, lahat ng TLE, by default, ina-assume nila that you understand everything under TLE, which is challenging. Okay? During my practice teaching, sa umaga, drafting. Then, sa PM session, electricity. Drafting and electricity combo. So, yun yung binigay sa akin. And yun, lifelong service, passion to lifelong learning, sense of nationalism and global responsiveness. Okay, as much as possible, we are aligning our standards to international standards. Even our schedule, di ba? Iniba na nga natin yung schedule natin para makasabay tayo sa international calendar. At least sa higher education. Sense of community engagement. So this is very important because everything we do, okay, it's always, we need, 1/3 to ng duty. Actually, ng mga sa amin, at least to us, teaching, research, and extension. So yun. Very important yung giving back to the community. Next is adaptedness to the responsible use of technology. Okay? So rampant na ngayon yung use ng AI, right, class? Dati, during my time, student ako, ang quote namin is, yun nga, if you don't use technology, you will be replaced by teachers who use technology. Ngayon, iba na, nag-evolve na. If you don't use AI, you will be replaced by teachers who use AI. So those are the things that we cannot escape in today's educational landscape. So yun na yung ano natin ngayon eh. Yung kinamulatan natin. Mga Gen Z na kayo, then kami nga mga millennials, gumagamit na ng AI. What more yung mga Gen Z na gaya nyo? Next, high level of leadership and organizational skills. We also train you to become the future leader and sense of personal and professional ethics. Course objectives, develop skills to incorporate the graphic elements into lesson plan across various subjects. Utilize graphic design software and digital tools to enhance teaching materials. Understand the importance of inclusive visual content in catering to diverse student needs. Create format and deliver effective presentation. Develop methods for using graphic arts in student assessment. Create a portfolio of projects that demonstrate successful application of the skill with software application. Now, doon na tayo sa introduction to graphic arts. So during the first week, this is what is expected to be tackled at least or to be touched. Ito hindi na natin discuss kasi integrated na siya so all throughout the lesson. Morphing into a 21st century, assessing how technologically inclined you are as a student. And another important thing na matackle during the first meeting is the occupational health and safety. Graphic arts have a lot of potential hazards, right? Chemical hazards, exposure to chemicals such as lead or chemical-based yung mga ink and paint, okay? So, chemical hazard yon. Also, physical hazard. You are dealing with sharp objects. Okay, workplace hazard. The psychological hazards. Pag na-burnout ka. Okay, lack of motivation. So those are very important to tackle during the first meeting na i-acknowledge natin yan. Okay? So para kapag all throughout the semester, marami tayong gagawin. Di ba? Dala kayong materials. We'll have showcase your output. Di ba? May magkakaroon tayo ng mini exhibit. So alam niyo na yung mga do's and don'ts for safety and for safety purposes. Kasi diniscuss na natin yan during the first meeting, yung occupational health and safety. So yun yung mga agenda during the first meeting. Then overview of graphic arts. Okay. As much as possible, I want to stimulate you and cultivate your interest and initiative to acquire the knowledge, skills, and attitude in learning the expected competencies in the subject. Yun nga, syllabus presentation. That's the agenda during the first meeting. Next, week 3 to 4, explore the core principle of design, including the composition, color theory, and typography. Okay, we'll discuss that. Understand how visual elements contribute to effective communication and message delivery. The methodology that will be used is lecture, demonstration, possible synchronous and asynchronous setup. Now, the assessment is practical assessment, hands-on experience. Then we'll have a session that you will present your output. Okay. So this is my output. Why you did that? Okay. What's the visual elements that you are trying to convey? Okay. Yun. You will show it to us, your creation, output presentation. Next, during the next few weeks, our topics are print and digital media design. Okay, learn the intricacies of designing for both print and digital platform. Explore layout design, understanding the unique requirements of various mediums. So lecture, demonstration method, yung methodologies in delivering the lesson. Another lesson is branding and identity design. Okay, creating logos, brand identity, visual elements that resonate to your target audience or potential clients. So student reporting, possible explore natin yung you will report your the origin of your brand identity, okay, the logos that you choose, why you choose that, and so on. So possible there is individual reporting that will take place probably next month. Okay. Next is the visual hierarchy and communication. Develop skills in creating visual hierarchy to guide viewers' attention. Okay. So rampant to sa sa photography and videography, di ba? Yung leading lines. you need to guide the audience where they will be, saan sila titingin. So, leading lines. Alam ni James yan sa photography kasi, visual hierarchy. And kapag mga more on horizontal, yung um, yung theme ng output mo, that conveys, abundance or malawak. But if more on vertical lines, it signifies integrity, okay, solid, masculinity, di ba? Kaya nga, there is yung pylon, di ba, sa harap ng PUP. The visual hierarchy, or the theme that it communicates is integrity. So pag nakita mo yung pylon, it's really a 3 vertical lines that's ginormous. Okay, so yun yung signifies the integrity of, very respectable institution, which is the PUP. So those things will tackle more of that. And introduction to, okay, it's just more on, typo. Delete tong part na to. Okay, proceed na tayo sa week 7. Typography mastery. Okay. So, possible class, sa FAMO, di ba? Meron silang certain department for, yun nga, yung mga naglalagay ng sign sa buong PUP. Yung typography, i-analyze natin. So, probably we'll have a little case study kung ano yung mga signage pa in our institution. Does it conveys the purpose that are intended to convey through typography? Okay? So pag sinabi, di ba, yung mga usual signage sa loob ng classroom is, I think, wag sirain ng pasilidad ang mga gamit na ito. Something like that. Di ba? Very clear yung message. The font, okay, the typography itself is really straightforward with the message. Align siya sa message. So yon, i-identify natin yon. We will need to master the art of typography. A lecture demonstration, asynchronous, then after week 8, that will be the midterm exam. Then after the midterm exam, graphic arts and teaching, okay, visual storytelling and education. Develop the power of visual storytelling to convey complex concept and engage students. Explore how graphic arts can be employed to create narrative that enhances the learning experience. And classroom environment design. Okay, explore principles of visual classroom design to optimize the learning environment through the help of graphic arts. Learn how graphic elements can contribute to creating an inspiring and motivating space for both educators and students. Kasi class, there's no choice once you pursue your teaching career, or even though you don't pursue your teaching career, magagamit nyo yung matutunan nyo dito sa graphic arts. Then lastly, community engagement. This is the later part of the semester. So parang ano to. During the week 14, community engagement through visual arts. Understand the role of visual arts in community building and engagement. Explore opportunities for students to showcase their visual projects within the school community. So napipicture ko, class, will have a mini exhibit sa south wing ng 3rd floor. Okay? Where we will showcase our output in graphic arts. So, i-anticipate ko na mangyayari yan kasi we'll work it out. Kausap ko na si Ma'am Reggie, si Chair Amores about that, and may go signal na. Okay, so that's what we are planning. And okay, then practical output, reporting on certain topics, and formative test, attendance and recitation, summative test, practical examination, and your projects. So possible teaching learning methodologies, practical application, hands-on experience, asynchronous video viewing, lecture method, asynchronous, then demonstration. Okay, class standing, 70%. Final project is 30%. So midterm lang tayo magkakaroon ng pen and paper exam. Okay? Yung final, wala na tayong final exam kasi yung final exam natin is the project itself that we will be pushing. Okay, so that is um, the syllabus for graphic arts. Now, do you have any question, class? Meron pa tayong isang agenda kasi required na i-discuss ko sa inyo yung occupational health and safety. So after this, one more agenda. Then let's call it a day or a night. Okay, no more question? You can ask question, class. None? All right, so go, Belza.
Sir, may face-to-face class po ba tayo?
Last time ba nakapag face-to-face kayo?
Hindi po sa lahat ng subjects, sir.
I see. Oo naman. After midterm to finals, 100% face-to-face na tayo. Got it? Okay, so ano lang tayo, 2 months lang tayo mag-online. Then the rest, face-to-face. Last semester, kahit nagkaroon ng brownout, for 1.5 month, naka 6 meetings kami na face-to-face with ICT 3.1, 3.2, and 3.3. So, yun, mag-face-to-face tayo. Another question? None? Okay. Okay, next agenda. The occupational and health and safety management. One moment. Workplace hazard. So here, class, this is just a brief discussion about possible hazards in the workplace. So this refers to the potential risk, dangers, or conditions that can cause harm, injury, illness, or even death to employee or anyone inside the workplace. Can be an employee or the client, diba? So I categorize the 4 major hazards that you might encounter. Hindi lang to applicable sa sa workplace. Applicable din to sa bahay nyo. Okay? So, kung may mga small business kayo, 'di ba? Sari-sari store. These are all applicable there. Or even school setting, 'di ba? Pag nag-face to face na tayo. Dapat you're able to identify different types of hazard. Kasi yung pinaka-importanteng kaalaman is self-preservation. Okay, yung kaalaman kung paano ka manatiling buhay. Kasi aanhin mo lahat ng nalalaman mo kung patay ka na. So yun. That's the main goal of teaching students the very important lesson of self-preservation. Okay. Make yourself safe in school setting, in your workplace, and in your house. Okay. Physical hazards from the words itself can hurt you directly. Okay. Harm or injury such as noise, vibration, extreme temperature, radiation, and ergonomic risk. So yung nangyari sa inyo sa UPP, it's a physical hazard. Next category of hazard is may dedicated slide to in each of this hazard. So itong nasa harap ko, overview lang to. So chemical hazards, such as chemicals, gases, fumes, solvents, or hazardous materials that can cause health issues through inhalation, ingestion, or skin contact. Biological hazards, nag-originate sa mga living organisms like bacteria, viruses, fungi, parasites, and microorganisms. Okay, so they are commonly found in healthcare settings, laboratories, or even in our houses. Okay, the mga daga, mga pest, mosquito, or even sa PUP class. Pag may nakita kayong beehive, di ba? That's a biological hazard. What if, may man-trip, batuhin yung beehive dun sa lagoon. Then lahat ng makita habulin, di ba? So that's a biological hazard. Next is psychological hazard. Is aspect of work, organization, where have an impact to your interpersonal skills. Okay, your well-being is being challenged. Example of this is excessive workload, workplace violence, bullying, stress, or lack of support. Now, another concept that we need to understand is the concept of hazard versus risk. Okay, let's understand this. Hazard refers to the potential source or situation that has the ability to cause harm. Okay, so yung hazard is more of a static in nature, while risk is the likelihood of it being harmful. So hazard is a chemical substance. So example to hazard is a chemical substance, highly toxic and pose health risks if inhaled or ingested. Ang risk doon is the likelihood or potential consequences of anyone who are exposed on that chemical. And the effectiveness of safety measures in place and the susceptibility of individual to the chemical determine the level of risk. So meron tayong 3 levels of risk: low, moderate, and high risk. Okay. One good example is yung electrical outlet. By default, yung electrical outlet na yan is a hazard. Okay? Ano lang siya, static lang siya, does not move by default as it is. You are just looking at it, that's an hazard. Okay? So, paano siya magiging risk? Is of course, kapag mag-add ka ng another variable na yung ma-expose yung mga tao doon sa outlet na yon. Pero kapag i-rate mo siya, yung outlet na yon, ano lang siya? Low risk. Okay, low risk. Now, let's say mosquito. Mosquito is hazard as it is. Okay? Pag nakagat ka, yun na yun, risk na siya. Probably moderate to high risk kasi kung uso dengue. Yan. So yun yung relationship between hazard and risk. So to simplify, hazard is static in nature while risk is dynamic in nature. Okay, and risk is used to determine the likelihood of harming you in each hazard that's surrounding you. Another example, yung electric fan sa loob ng classroom na umiikot sa taas nyo. Okay, that's a hazard by default. Okay, now it will only become it will only harm you if the risk is high. So pagtanggal na yung isang screw, okay, yung risk niya is high na. Okay, so risk is used to rate the likelihood of harming you in each hazard that's surrounding you. So that's the relationship with the hazard and risk. Clear ba, class? The relationship with hazard and risk. A thumbs up if you understand the relationship with hazard and risk. Okay, so if you have questions for clarifications, you can raise your hand or unmute. Ito, mga example lang to ng mga physical hazards. Yan nga, slippery surfaces, okay, falling objects, noise, okay, vibration. So yun yung mga example ng physical hazard. Extreme temperature. I remember, class, naging crew din ako dati sa Jollibee. Yung stockman namin, okay, pag may umu-order ng champ, di ba? Quarter pounder ng Jollibee yung champ. Papasok siya sa chiller. So bibigay niya sa griller. Di ba? Sobrang lamig, tapos sobrang init. So extreme temperature, next do siya sa extreme cold and extreme heat. Kaya minsan, pag may umu-order ng champ, di ba, ang laki ng patty na yun. Pina-fry saucer pa lang mula sa, mula sa chiller papuntang griller. Yun, nasasalo naman ng mga grillman namin para hindi na siya ma-expose sa extreme temperature. Yung radiation naman, class, pwedeng ma-expose kayo sa radiation yung mga metal detector, di ba? Yung mga security guard. Pero, very minimal naman yung radiation nun. Okay, nung metal detector. Kasi sa previous company ko, may BPO, yung mga pregnant is nagpapa-wave sila ng metal detector. Para pagpasok sila sa production room, hindi na sila ime-metal detector. Kasi nga, pregnant sila. Baka daw malagyan ng radiation yung anak nila. Pero, very low yun. Kahit 10,000 times na mag-scan ka ng metal detector, saka lang magkakaroon ng effect yun. 10,000 times ha. Pero kung once or twice in one day, it will not have any effect. Next is the ergonomic hazards. Okay. For ergonomics, paano ba ito magiging relevant dun sa graphic arts natin? Okay, so mostly, madalas kayo nakaupo. So make sure na yung upuan nyo is ergonomic siya. Okay, it observe the principle of ergonomics para hindi sumakat yung mga likod nyo. Then electrical hazards, faulty wiring. Okay, this is yan nga. Pag usually sa CR, pag may mga open na mga wires sa CR, wag nyo nang papakailaman. Okay? Ask a professional to do it for you. Kasi based on personal experience, I know someone na, yun nga, may naka-usling wire, then parang naasar siya, di gumagana yung ilaw. Kinalikot niya dun sa CR. Yun. Nakaryente siya. Biological hazards. Example of biological hazards. Infectious diseases. Okay, COVID-19 is biological hazards because it originates to a living organism. Waste and sewage. Okay. So actually sa UPP rin, may biological hazard din dun eh. Hindi nyo ba naaamoy yung yung ilog Pasig doon? So that's part of the biological hazard. Kasi first time ko talaga ma-experience yung yung ilog Pasig. First year college pa lang ako, nagpunta agad ako sa Lagoon. Ay, sa Linear Park. Then, na-shock talaga ako sa amoy ng ilog Pasig. Pero after one semester, wala na. Hindi ko na maamoy na masama yung amoy. Nasanay na ako kagad. Yan. And, yan, zoonotic diseases that originates in living organisms. Yan. For us, magiging relevant to sa atin during our face-to-face, wala naman. Very minimal yung risk ng biological hazard sa atin. Okay? Next is chemical hazard, toxic substances, ingestion of, chemical hazards that we will be using. potential cause harm, such as asbestos, pesticide. Alam niyo yung Alcampor class? Yung Alcampor yung nilalagay sa cabinet para paalis yung mga ipis, mga pest. Mukha ng Mentos, diba? So, delikado siya sa mga toddler kasi pag nakita yung Alcampor, possible na i-ingest nila yun. So, that's one chemical hazard. So, pay attention sa mga bahay nyo, especially kung may mga toddler kayo. Kasi yung variable na having a toddler can increase the risk to high risk. Mga carcinogens, potential cause of cancer, such as benzene, formaldehyde, and asbestos. And even yung mga ano class, huwag kayong kakain ng sunog na barbecue. Okay, di ba? Yung mga favorite nyo yung sunog na part. Nako, huwag kayong kakain ng mga burn meat kasi carcinogenic yan. Tanggalin nyo siya, iwasan nyo yung mga sunog na karne kasi carcinogenic siya. Yan, flammable and combustible materials, substances is chemical hazard. Next category, last category of hazard is psychological. So very relevant to sa atin, especially during the OJT or even your pag nasa real world na kayo. Workload, excessive work demand, including high job demands, long working hours, tight deadlines, or inadequate resources can contribute to stress, burnout, and feeling of overwhelm. Role ambiguity. Okay, ito pa yun, unclear job expectation, lack of role clarity or conflicting responsibility na, di ba, doon ka inassign kasi industrial arts major ka, then hindi ka, yung mga job description mo naman is, yan, nag-errand ka lang sa mga offices. So, ayun, role ambiguity yun, dapat align talaga sa ano mo. And another one is, yun, issue to sa office ko dati, yung role ambiguity. Kasi, we are a facility management office, then suddenly, nagtataka kami, pati procurement ng mga furnitures and fixtures ng lahat ng offices sa buong PUP, sa lahat ng 22 branches ng PUP, sa amin na pinapamanage. So, facility management office, we should manage facility, not the furnitures and fixtures. So, it added stress to all of us in facility management office. Kasi yun nga, nagkaroon ng suddenly role ambiguity. Ang minimanage lang namin is yung mga facilities, the oval, the swimming pool, different theater, yun. Not the furniture and fixtures of all PUP offices and branches nationwide. So yun, difficult talaga yun. Work-life balance, imbalance, di ba? Pag ito nangyari sa inyo class, ma-burn out kayo. So yun nga, may mga, I have students who are freelance graphic designer, graphic arts designer, and one of the things that they complain about in their part-time job is the burnout. Yun, na burnout na sila. Then ngayon, hindi na sila tanggap ng client. Next is the organizational culture. Another thing, na kapag pumasok kayo sa field, any industries class, hindi maiwasan yung politics, okay? Poor communication, lack of support, discrimination, bullying, harassment, toxic relationship can significantly impact employees' psychological health and contribute to anxiety, depression, and low morale. So yun yung mga psychological hazards na we might experience. But for us, in the context of, very relevant to sa yung mga walang trabaho, relevant to, i-check nyo dun sa bahay nyo and sa school, sa PUP. Okay? Kung ano yung physical, biological, chemical, and psychological hazard, potential hazard that might affect you. Again, the most important knowledge of all is self-preservation. Aanhin mo ang lahat ng nalalaman mo kung hindi ka nabuhay para gamitin ito, 'di ba? So we should be aware of that first day of meeting pa lang. Okay, so we tackled all the agenda needed for this first day of meeting. Do you have any question, class? None? Okay, so if you don't have any more question, we can now open our webcam and take a class picture. Ah, yeah. Yung mga naka-mobile, i-landscape nyo para maganda tingnan sa class picture. And gamitin nyo yung background na put white background. Okay. One, two, three, and smile. Okay, so there you go, class. If there's nothing else, see you next week and goodbye.
Thank you po, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye, sir. Thank you po.
Bye-bye.
Thank you po.